I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast, included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, your family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Suites fans. Show us your Walla Walla Suites ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Suites. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back post-game show brought to you by Cascade Natural Gas. I'm Brad Whitman. Sweets fall in the series opener to the Drifters 2-5. Saw some good offense here and there, some explosive hitting here and there. Ultimately, Royce Hale opened things up with a double off the wall in the bottom of the first to get the Sweets on the board early. Eventually, it was Troy Osborne to get the sac fly to bring in Gage Reeser. Then saw Sam Kane have the biggest swing of the night, launching his 4th homer of the summer. He has been so explosive as of late, leading Walla Walla in home runs. And, of course, on the pitching side, Curtis Ellis with one of the best starts in his entire career, 7 1/3 versus the Drifters. His longest start in his 4-year career, only went 7 innings multiple times at St. Francis. Didn't quite break over that 7-inning home. Almost was able to get 8 innings tonight versus Springfield. Ultimately, only allowed 1 walk, 3 earned runs. Still one of the greatest showings he's had. Got the ball down in play a lot. Defense just looking to work a little bit better behind him.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back post-game show brought to you by Cascade Natural Gas. I'm Brad Whitman alongside our high-efficiency player of the game, Carson Big Tuna McKinney. Picked up your 2nd save of the season. You went 1-2-3 versus 3 pinch hitters to give the Sweets the win. What was working best for you in that outing?
I think my fastball. Sorry. I think my fastball. My mindset is just kind of go, attack them. First pitch fastball, try to get ahead. 10 pitches or less in the last inning, so just try to get ahead with the fastball.
And when you're working that efficiency and when you're working in a save situation, do you kind of feed off the momentum a little bit, or do you kind of try and slow things down?
Definitely try to slow things down. I think no matter what the score is, I try to just be myself and just give my team the best chance to win.
And now you faced off against 3 pinch hitters, as mentioned. Didn't really know what we were going to see from those guys. Did that kind of play into your approach at all?
Actually, I had no idea they were pinch hitters. I thought they were just in the lineup. I was kind of just tunnel vision, just trying to, hit the catcher's mitt. So, yeah.
Well, you picked up the showing. You snapped out a 4-game losing streak for the Sweets, and you gave this team a chance to bring it back in the series. How did that feel?
It felt great. We've had good swings. Hitters have been, swinging it pretty good. Just kind of some bad luck with a couple swings, a couple hard outs, but it's going to be back in the winning column for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Carson. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us as we get set to go Game 3. The rubber match versus the Drifters set tomorrow, 6:35 p.m. We'll see you there.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back pregame show. I'm Brad Whitman alongside Sweets pitching coach in Corey Kier. First time on the show. For those of you who haven't seen you before, can you talk a little bit more about your role with the Sweets and a little bit about what you'd have enjoyed with the group this summer?
Yeah, well, you know that I'm the head coach at Mount Hood Community College, and quite frankly, I really like being an assistant coach, and getting a chance to be the pitch coach here in Walla Walla has been a blessing, and you know, having an opportunity to work with a group of guys from all different walks of baseball, and then all different opportunities. Some kids come in with lots of innings, and some kids come in with no innings, and we're just working on a solid progression that works uphill. So.
Well, the last 5 games, we've seen a good bit of consistency. Sweets have only allowed about 3 runs per game throughout the last 5. What do you think has really helped that consistency reach a new high this summer?
A couple things, obviously, building some confidence in some of the guys that haven't pitched much in their school seasons. But the big thing is, you know, number one goal is that we're going to attack the strike zone and try to start bats. Number 2, we're going to field our position and slow the running game down. And the last thing is we're trying to work quick. I mean, our goal is to get the heck out of here by 9 o'clock. We're not good for beer sales. If it was up to me, we'd be out of here by 9 o'clock every night. So we want to keep the game moving.
And now we can talk about mechanics, we can talk about execution really all day long, but what's one of the mindset things you try to instill to these guys across the summer?
I'm huge about mentality, and I think a lot of the guys would tell you, you know, I think the pitching versus hitting, that pitching versus hitting thing is a lot like bull riding, and we're the bulls, and I taught them about Bushwhacker, the greatest bull that ever lived, and talk about tough hitmen and how a lot of the hitters are a lot like good cowboys, and they're studying us, and they got to be super tough to have success. But at the end of the day, they got to ride us for 8 seconds, and if we're really aggressive and we come out of the gate like Bushwhacker, and we don't come out of the gate like Ferdinand the Bull, we're going to be good. So, you know, I tell them all the time that, you know, we're the bulls and we're going to control the tempo and get after them. So.
Well, especially in this series, we've seen kind of great work all across the staff. We've seen Nico Bavaro have himself a good start. We saw, of course, Curtis Ellis throw the deepest outing of his career. We've seen the bullpen work really well. Andrew Cohen, Carson McKinney both last night. What kind of excites you about the way that the entire staff can get behind one another?
Yeah, well, we're really set up really nice. You know, we have a 6-man rotation, and we have 2 command guys that start game 1 and game 4. So we start our series with a guy that's really going to throw a lot of strikes, and we saw it the other night with Ellis. I mean, Ellis, I think he threw 70 plus pitches over 7 innings, and you know, and then we do the same thing rolling back in game 4 with Stowe. And then our bullpen is just getting better and better. Those Cohen brothers are special. Both of them throw fuzz a little different. One of them is a little bit more velocity, and one of them is a little bit more spin. And both of them are progressing really nice. And then we have some big-time arms at the end. You know, we got the Hallam kid out of Seattle U, and then obviously the big tuna last night was pretty special. And you know, right now, I mean, the biggest thing in the first week 2 weeks is we're figuring out where the guys are going to be on the bus and what seat they're sitting in, and I think we got everybody in a pretty good seat, and a lot of guys are starting to move up. We're going to lose Leo. We're going to lose Leo tonight, one of my guys, and we've got a starter in waiting. And then, just flipping back to Nico, I mean, Nico's a special young man, UCLA commit, left-handed, 3-pitch mix, and he's bushwhacker, and he thinks he's bushwhacker, and and the biggest thing about him is just he can't do some of the things he could do in high school here, and he's learning that, and that's good. So yeah, it's been great.
Well, you just talked about Anthony Leo getting the start tonight in the rubber match versus the Drifters. What gives you confidence in his role to close out this series strong for us?
Yeah, I mean, Leo was really good that we brought him over here. It was good because what I was selling, he was already a buyer on. We're going to attack the strike zone. We're going to throw 3 pitches. We're going to induce swings. And he had a lot of success early, and there was a lot of guys that hadn't pitched, and they think they got to miss bats. And we really aren't trying to miss bats in the first 6 innings. We're just trying to get bad contact. We're trying to hit the bats with bad contact, and Leo does a hell of a job with that. And he has great makeup. You can never tell if he's behind or ahead, but he's at his inning count. I mean, I'm hoping he can pitch 6 tonight, 5 or 6 tonight, and it's 100 innings for the fall and everything, and he's going to go home and get a good rest and be one of our best guys at Mount Hood next year. So, yeah, pretty excited about him tonight.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight. Game 3 versus the Drifters getting set to go. We'll see you there in just a moment. Overcast skies here, low 80s, high 70s in Walla Walla, Washington as we get set for Game 3 between the Sweets and the Springfield Drifters. It's the rubber match. Both teams have a game under their belt in this series. Now one team will claim it. Thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube channel. I'm Brad Whitman bringing you all the action. We get set to go. Jeff Lyle announcing the starting lineup for Game 3 for the Drifters. Zach Degg will be leading things off, followed by Melosi Mata Alpha Alferos. Johnny Elliott batting second. Evan Thomas back in the lineup in the cleanup spot. Colton Perez, followed by Preston Armstrong, tonight's DH. Carson Hansen, Jacob Villapando, and Kanaku Harrison. Set to square up against the Mount Hood right-hander in Anthony Leo. Just making his 4th start of the summer. 4.05 ERA across just over 13 innings. 10 strikeouts in that time, as first pitched a little early here on Thursday evening, 6:33 as we get set to go. But Leo stayed consistent in his time. Didn't see a ton of him in his last appearance. That was last Wednesday versus the Marion Berries, and is part of that historic 42-run game. As Leo started that game through 2 2/3, allowed 4 runs. Now going to be a ground ball, and it's going to be just past the diving Austin Owens and out into center. And Zach Degg will open up the evening right for the Drifters. Again, Degg, seen him quite a bit so far this series, as he's now batting 3 for 6 in the series. But just an early single pass. Owens using that speed and expecting him to be dangerous on the base pass as a pop-up into foul territory. It's Young who settles under it for the first out. And a good way to bounce back versus the Drifters shortstop, and that will quickly bring us to Sweets Field. Isaac Ricky Torres out there in left. Sam Kane in center. Nate Petz over in right field. A very different look for the Sweets outfield tonight. Landon Young, Austin Owens remain on the left side of the infield. Gage Reeser re-enters the lineup over at second. Trevor T making his first start over at first. And then the Central Washington catcher and Ethan Buckley behind the dish. And just those big changes out into the field. T making his first appearance at first base this season, and Nate Petz making just his second showing out in right field since Yakima. And that was the season opening series back in late May. Now the Whitman utility man heads back out there again. 0-1 pitch. Degg is on his way. Foul tipped away by Elliott. And the count will go 0-2. Degg will have to remain back on first. And expecting Degg to use that speed all evening long. Reminder, when he started
back on Tuesday evening, had 2 infield singles, both to the shortstop as Leo checks on him again, not trying to give him any free room to work. Again, Walla Walla looking to finish out the first half strong in the South Division. Again, the Ridgefield Raptors have, of course, clinched their spot as the South Division first half leaders in the West Coast League. Walla Walla sitting in sole possession of second at 12-11. And just looking to keep that overall record as high as they can. Runner takes off, and Dag throw down is a dime from Buckley, and he catches the speedy outfielder and gets 2 down. Excuse me, gets the 3rd out. As it was called strike 3 on Elliott. So a nice double play to get the strikeout and get the toss out. And allows only 3 hitters to step in the top of the first for the Drifters. That sends us swiftly on to the bottom half.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Bottom of the first, starting lineup for the Sweets as announced by head coach Leo Rivera. Trevor T leading things off. Gage Reeser batting second. The big Royce Hale designated hitter tonight in the 3 spot. Sam Kane moves up to the cleanup spot. Landon Young follows right behind him at the 5. Ricky Torres batting 6. Ethan Buckley batting 7th. And the Nate Petts and Austin Owens rounding things out at the 8 and 9. And Walla Walla going against the Central Washington right-handed pitcher, and Caden Hafner making his season debut with the Drifters. Have not seen him so far, just finished up his sophomore season with Central Washington. Only made 5 appearances, 6 innings thrown. Now steps in again, and this being in the first start he's had. Did not make any starts in his first couple of years at Central Washington. Was only a relief guy. But now being tasked in a big spot here to try and pick up a win versus the Sweets to close out this series, as Springfield will end the first half on the road versus the Ridgefield Raptors. As Hafner first pitch is going to get the swing and a miss out of T. So 0-1 count. T trying to have himself a strong day as a pop-up into foul territory. Chasing after it is Villapando, calls for it and will make the catch. So 1 up, 1 down to bring up Gage Reeser, as again looking into the field for Springfield. Starting from the outfield, moving from left to right. Carson Hansen out there in left. Zach Dagg out in center. Evan Thomas out in right field. We've seen previous make an appearance at first. Jacob Villapando making that catch over at third. Melosi Manaafa Alferos at shortstop once again. Kanaku Harrison moving over to second. Colton Perez making his first start in the field over at first. Johnny Elliott behind the plate as the back end of that battery. Kick and deal on the way. Reeser sends it out towards deep left field. Trailing back is Hansen, and it is gone. Gage Reeser going yard for the first time as a Sweet. The Wazoo commit gets the crowd on their feet in Eastern Washington. And what a shot from Gage Reeser, just his third hit of the summer. It's a solo shot to put the Sweets out in front. So an explosive swing early to get the Sweets on the board as, again, Walla Walla, the home run, has come very consistently, as that is now 11 home runs in 13 games for the Sweets. And this still just being the first inning. Could be plenty more to come as Royce Hale gets up on the count 2-0. The Long Beach State commit did struggle a little bit yesterday. Did have a sac fly RBI, but other than that, didn't have himself any sort of hits. Went 0 for 3 with that ribby. As the kick and deal on the way misses way outside from Hafner. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to Hale. He'll trot over towards first. And that will bring up Sam Kane. Sam Kane, who's another guy who's had some loud swings. Of course, back on Tuesday night, picked up his 4th homer. Last night went 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Again, Walla Walla won 4-3 last night, and Kane was 2 of those 4 runs to come across. Now Hafner kicks and deals. Breaking ball will live up high, and Kane signaling some tips to the dugout on that pitch. Getting a little bit of a cooler day here in Walla Walla as the wind kicking in from the southwest, being really in from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole is going to make it tough for the lefty bats to try and get down. That is very typical here at Borleske. It's definitely a righty-favored ballpark. You usually aren't going to see a ton go out towards the right field side in the scoreboard. The only one we've really seen in terms of the Sweets was, of course, Royce Hale in his debut. Speaking of, short lead over at first, back just in time over through the pickoff. Not wanting to get that white uniform dirty just yet. 2-0 count to Kane. On its way, fastball gets the swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the glove of Elliott. But again, Kane has just been such a consistent power bat as of late. He's got 4 homers in the last 13 days. Another pickoff move from Hafner this time forces a dive out of Hale. Kane batting .266 on the season. Again, kind of a little bit of a later addition. He's played in 16 games, more than some, as he laces a single out in towards left. Another base hit for Sam Kane, as he just continues his hot hitting. Does not seem to be stopped. He's now sitting 4 for 9 on the series and brings Hale up to second, himself on to first, and Landon Young he takes ball 1 inside. Young, of course, had himself a big night last night. His second game in return after an injury, and he had himself a trio of singles versus the Drifters. And the 4th time up, he got on through an error, so reached first all 4 times he stepped into the batter's box. Now he's going to slam a ball to the left field side, and it's going to hook into the bullpen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-run ball game in the first inning. In a 1-1 series. As number 1's on the mound. Just keeps going. As Hafner kicks and fires, breaking ball, check swing. And will just roll foul down the line, and Perez waited to see if it would curl back fair. Did not. So the count will go 1-2. Landon Young just finished up his freshman year at the University of Washington. Another returning Sweet. And a reminder, if you missed it, that injury was a couple weeks ago here in Borleske Stadium, as it was in a series versus the Bend Elks. A fastball got Young up in the face and ended up having to miss 2 weeks, and again just made his return on Tuesday, and now he's going to get hit again, this time square in the back on the breaking ball, and the bases go loaded. And good to see that wasn't off speed, settled down a little bit more. But that will bring up Isaac Ricky Torres. And Torres making his first showing of the series, is now we'll see a mound visit for Hafner. Minor Caden Hafner, this being his first appearance of the season as a Drifter and his first start, believe, in his college career. Unsure if Hafner played anywhere last summer. If he did not, would be the first start of his collegiate career. But being, again, tasked with a big showing in the rubber match versus the Sweets, holding sole possession of second in the South Division. Of course, the Drifters still rounding out the bottom of the South at 6-14. Trying to finish out that first half strong. Again, not going to be easy for the Drifters, going up against Walla Walla and Ridgefield back-to-back, as they will head on to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex tomorrow, facing off against the Raptors in their home facility. And now resetting, Isaac Torres will set back in out of Colorado Mesa, just playing in his 12th game of the season. Ricky batting .308 in that time, has knocked in 7 runs. And has a good chance to knock in more. Bases juice, 1 out. Hafner kicks the breaking ball, misses way upstairs, and the Central Washington righty is struggling to locate here. Again, got the first out quickly off a pop-up in foul territory. Now home run, walk, single, and a hit by pitch. Pressure's on to locate it. Isaac Ricky Torres will take him deep to left field. Watches it all the way. It's a grand slam. Ricky delivers Walla Walla their first grand slam of the 2026 summer, and the Sweets explode out to a 5-0 lead. Isaac, his first homer of the season, just his second extra base hit of the summer, and gives it a ride to deep left field. 5-0. Sweets lead, 2 homers in the inning for Walla Walla, and Hafner is getting quite the reception in his West Coast League debut by the Sweets, and now will locate a fastball low and away corner to his Central Washington teammate in Ethan Buckley. Now a breaking ball sent up towards left field. This one a little bit shallower. Hansen is behind it for out number 2, and Hafner will win the battle versus his CW teammate to turn it over to the Whitman Blue and Nate Petz. Again, seeing Nate Petz make another appearance for the Sweets this season. Is Nate, this just being the 8th game he's played in, really got more time in the beginning of the season and didn't see him as much later on, and have seen him a couple times play in the infield since then, but in this being his first time starting in the outfield since that May opening series versus the Pippins. Now this one runs up and in, and it looks like that just got him off the shoulder. It did. So the second hit by pitch of the inning administered by Hafner. And that will bring up the 9-hitter in Owens, as Walla Walla had batted all the way through their lineup here in the bottom of the first. So Owens, again, making another showing in this series. Saw him last night. Didn't see him start back on Tuesday night. Got one plate appearance as a pinch hitter. Ended up striking out. And then last night ended up going 0 for 3 with the game-winning RBI hit by pitch in the bottom of the 8th. And pick off over towards first. Pat's back just fine. Again, a reminder that last night it was bases loaded with 1 out. Austin Owens came to the plate versus the Drifters closer and Michael Klein. Got hit in the back foot to score the winning run. Then eventually was just stranded on first as Klein got the next outs back-to-back. The ball just into foul territory, just missing our very own Sweet Lou back beyond the Drifters dugout. Does have that bit of extra padding. The count goes 1-1 to Owens. Again, Austin has been put into a ton of high-pressure scenarios as a batter. And saying put in, he's really just kind of fell into those situations where has to find himself a clutch knock, a clutch way on base, and has delivered a great bit of the time as the bender misses high from Hafner. And Owens is a guy who's just tricky to get out, is going to will himself a lot on through walks, hit by pitches, and if not that, find himself a knocker, just put the ball in play. It's a 2-2 count. Hafner just trying to escape this tough first inning. Walla Walla have already put across 5 here in the first. Another pickoff move from Hafner, and a little bit closer over towards Petz. Nate's still back fine, and Walla Walla got to be very happy with this early start. Reminder that the first 2 games have been pretty low scoring between both these sides, and could see a high scoring game here as Owens puts it in play towards the left side. Villapando scoops it up, goes across in time for out number 3, but it's the long ball for the Sweets that shows up and shows off. Gage Reeser going yard for the first time this summer, followed by Ricky Torres, his first homer of the season. A grand slam, Walla Walla's first in 2026. That sends us into the second, 5-0 Sweets.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Walla Walla lead 5-0 in the top of the second as Anthony Leo finds an early strike versus Evan Thomas as, again, the solo home run from Gage Reeser and then the grand slam from Isaac Ricky Torres, giving Walla Walla the early 5-0 lead. And as a starting pitcher, there's not much better than be playing ahead with an early lead like that. No, you can just kind of toss the ball over the plate. Maybe it gets hit around a little bit, still have that big lead intact. And Leo, definitely a guy who's going to throw strikes, gets a pop-up here over to the left side of the infield. Young settles on it just towards the line. Wind kicking it a little bit, makes the catch. And it is always going to be a little bit tougher to read pop-ups and fly balls in this kind of weather, as overcast skies, of course, just meaning it is white and gray above the heads of these players, and ball straight up. If you blink, you very well could lose it. As Leo kicks a first pitch ball to Colton Perez. As Perez making his second appearance of the series, his first as a batter, and he smokes the ball to deep right field, and he responds with a homer of his own and a solo bomb out to right field. Mentioned we don't see a lot of them, as no, we do not. Perez rips one out to right field and puts the Drifters on the scoreboard. As Perez, that being his second bomb of the summer, again, has only 3 extra base hits. 2 of them have gone over the fence, and that'll bring the designated hitter in Armstrong. So the two-way guy out of Vanguard puts one on the board for Springfield. 5-1, Walla Walla still lead, and Leo will settle right back in and kick a strike in. And exactly what we're talking about, did allow a tough solo home run there, but still a 4-run lead intact. And Leo just going to keep kicking across the zone. Breaking ball grounded foul down the third base line. Again, if you missed the pregame interview today for the Sweets, had the pleasure of talking to the Walla Walla Sweets pitching coach and Corey Keir, also, of course, the head of Mount Hood Community College baseball, and one of his pitchers has in his arsenal is Anthony Leo. Getting to coach him in the spring and, of course, here in the summer. And mention that Leo is a guy who's a bit easier to coach here in the summer, as a lot of mental things are a part of the teachings, as Gage Reeser, a great play out of second base, showing off his range, and along with the power, can do a little bit of both. Picks up out number 2, but again, Sweets pitching coach Corey Keir mentions that a lot of his teachings are through mentality. And that's what he chose to focus on for a lot of these Sweets pitchers this summer. And of course, it's a little bit easier to get a guy to buy into the mentality if he's already been hearing it for the past 6 months. And Anthony Leo, one of those guys. As kicks and fires, fastball low and away corner. And that mindset from Coach Keir is that pitchers are the Bulls and the batters are the Cowboys, and really trying to rein in a pitcher, control things. But it's a pitcher's job to try and be a little bit more unpredictable. Batters and the Cowboys always going to try and study a pitcher, try and figure out the best way to attack and to execute, and the pitcher's just trying to stay away as the ball just tears foul down the third base line, as again nearly stayed fair, I believe less than 5 feet down that line from Carson Hansen. Still have to return to the batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second. Again, Hansen just finished up his sophomore year with Lower Columbia. Don't believe he's announced a commitment to continue his playing and academic career just yet. And now gets a swing and a miss. Leo will set him down swinging, and that being just the second strikeout for Anthony Leo on the start. Gets through the second inning, just allowing one home run as Colton Perez goes yard. It's 5-1 Sweets.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So top of the lineup again for Walla Walla here in the bottom of the second. Pretty good first inning for the Sweets offense as, again, T did pop up versus Hafner as he is continuing forward in this game. No one getting warm in the Drifters bullpen yet as Hafner will be tasked with trying to lock it right back down. And saw a 2-home-run inning, including a grand slam from Isaac Torres, and now up and in. It gets the elbow guard of T, and that will be the third hit by pitch by Hafner. And I believe we are going to see the Drifters manager and Jeff Lyle come out to the home plate umpire and say that T lifted the elbow, and immediately the home plate umpire, Thomas Glynn, will get some help from his colleague Michael Gray, the field umpire. And this has been our duo of umpires all series long. As saw them last week in the Marion series, and it looks like the call on the field will remain the same. So T gets his way aboard with a hit by pitch. And third hit by pitch administered by Hafner. And that brings up Gage Reeser. Second time up. Gage did come up to the press box before the game, got himself a new walk-up song, gave him a little bit more pop. 97 miles an hour off the bat to left field, and now he's going to go right back to it. This time just hooks it foul, but flashes a big grin back over towards the dugout as it'll be a long strike one. Again, T leading off of first does have a little bit of speed. We'll see if he does take off, or as Hafner is getting slightly bigger and bigger lead. Gets a good hop and into the dirt. A good stop from Elliott. Keeps it in front. Again, Johnny Elliott just finished up his sophomore year with Tulane. A good guy to have behind the dish for the Drifters. But Gage Reeser looking to deliver another shot again. Made his Sweets debut back on last Friday night versus the Ridgefield Raptors in Ridgefield. Got on base 3 times in his Sweets debut, and 2 times were through hit by pitches. Was able to work himself aboard, have himself a timely RBI. Now pops this ball up, foul, back and out of play. And just misses a couple fans next to the press box. As going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hafner trying to find this first out early, picks out. Close move over towards first, just not in time. Again, T needing to stay aware over on first base, as not going to be given to him easy, and that wind still kicking in. Now kicking out, and it's going to be another hit by pitch as Reeser tosses the bat. And Gage Reeser has been hit by another pitch, and that is his 4th hit by pitch in 5 games. Definitely going to have himself a couple bruises as a Swede, as that puts 2 aboard with none down for Hale. So back-to-back hit by pitches to put runners on first and second, and we'll see another meeting on the mound, and it looks like we'll see a call to the pin as well. That will be it for Caden Hafner in his Drifters debut. Allows 5 in the first, now 2 aboard through hit by pitch, and Springfield will turn to a new arm. Here in the bottom of the second, Walla Walla looking to break this game open even further. We'll be right back.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
So the Drifters turn to a new arm here in the bottom of the second, and it's Blake Stavros. The Bushnell Beacon just finished up his junior year at Bushnell, and now getting his 7th appearance of the summer as a Drifter. Starts Royce Hale off with a breaking ball that misses away. And Stavros, 6 previous appearances with 1 start, has thrown just under 10 innings. 2 strikeouts, has had a couple issues allowing free bases here and there, as good changeup from Stavros, but misses outside, a little bit too much bite to it. Eugene, Oregon native, was all academic all CCC this past spring. 2-0 pitch on its way, misses down and in. 3-0 in the count to Hale, in a tough spot to be. Do not want to load the bases for the cleanup man and Sam Kane. don't exactly want to give Royce Hale something he can hit either. Righty kicks and fires. The fastball misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that'll bring up Kane. So back-to-back hit by pitches, and then a pitching change, and immediately a 4-pitch walk. So Hale gets aboard through walk both times. And the bases are now loaded with none down for Kane. And Sam Kane had a nice line drive single into left his first time up. Now a grounder up the middle is going to be flipped behind the back to Harrison, and the throw across is not in time. And Mata'afa Alfaro with a good feed to second base, picking up 1 out, but it's still going to be an RBI fielder's choice for Kane, and the lead extends 6-1. So Stavros is able to pick up out number 1 here in the bottom of the second, but still runners on the corners. Now picks off over towards first, and had Kane slipping just a little bit. Sam back in time. Another 5-run deficit, another pickoff over to first from Stavros, still keeping Kane in close. And Reeser leading off of third, Kane off of first, Stavros again picking off over to first. And Kane back a little bit easier this time. As Landon Young had hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, now runs up and in again. So 2 on, 1 out, strike at the knees. So again, 1-1 count as and these two teams have, of course, clashed every season since the Drifters' inaugural season back in 2022. And it stayed pretty close relatively in terms of the all-time record. Sweets do lead the all-time record 16-10. And here in Borleske, there has been 4 previous series. Walla Walla have won 3 of them. The only time the Drifters have won a series here in Borleske was in June of 2024. Now looking to try and make themselves a huge comeback and do it again. And Walla Walla already in the driver's seat for the foreseeable future. Kane takes off. Young slams it out towards right field. And the catch is going to be made on the run by Evan Thomas. Reeser tags and scores as the lead jumps up to a 6-run deficit now. A good swing out of Young. It was an even better jump out of Evan Thomas, the right fielder, to go get that ball out towards the power alley. But Kane able to return to first in time, and Reeser doing a good job tagging and scoring. So Ricky Torres comes in with pretty good swing on the day so far. 100 miles an hour off the bat, a no-doubter grand slam to left field his first time up. Now we'll take a fastball for strike one. Again, Ricky got himself up in a 1-0 count his first time up, then just had a hanging breaking ball that he sat back on and lifted to that left field side. A good stop behind the plate again by Elliott. And 2 across in the inning already for Walla Walla. Still another runner on as Kane will take off, and Ricky is going to start the day 2 for 2. A homer and a single to get on board again, and And that'll bring up Buckley. Again, Walla Walla, the offense has been a little bit quieter as of late. As again, in the beginning of the season, it was the Sweets offense that was leading the league for about a week to 2 weeks. And the pitching was what struggled a little bit more, and in the recent week, it's kind of turned around. It's the pitching staff that has really been leading the way, again, averaging and allowed about 3 runs a game across the last 5, and again, that including games against the #1 Ridgefield Raptors. But again, the hitting looking to have themselves a big night and have already had themselves a strong showing this evening. And game 1 was a 6-4 loss for the Sweets, and game 1 was a 5-2 loss for the Sweets, and then last night's game is a 4-3 win. So only 6 runs in the first 2 games, and now already beating that in just the second inning of game 3. And still closer games as Walla Walla came into last night on a 4-game losing streak, snapped it with the 4-3 victory. Some good timely hitting, and now another fly ball out towards left field. Hansen settling behind it, and he'll make the catch trotting towards the warning track for the 3rd out. So Buckley retired again out towards left field, but 2 more come across by the Sweets. The leadoff hit by pitches will themselves around through some RBIs from Sam Kane and Landon Young. It's now 7-1 Sweets here at home.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Walla Walla extend the lead even further. It's 7-1 moving on into the 3rd inning. And the Drifters still trying to turn things around as Jacob Villapando leading things off. Takes ball 1 from Anthony Leo. Again, Villapando just finished up his 2nd year with the Rams down at Fresno City College. Gets up 2-0 in the count versus Leo, as again Anthony came into the 2nd inning with a 5-0 lead, now has a 6-run lead and still missing outside and just trying to locate, keep throwing strikes. Villapando went 0 for 2 last night with a walk. So that walk being the only time he's gone on in this series. Now will take a strike as Leo slows it down to find the zone. Anthony kicks, fires, gets the swing and the miss, and the count will go full. Now ground ball up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Austin Owens. Reels and makes the stop. Throw across. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Austin Owens flashing some range over at shortstop. Way up the middle. Got there and got the throw across in time. And a beauty from the Lope to collect the first down here in the top of the third. And that is just one that, as a pitcher, got to look back towards your infield and tip the cap. Again, Walla Walla, that defense has been looking to iron its way out, as Sweets have made 2 errors in each game so far this series, and would love to limit that. Kick and deal, grounded over towards the left side. Another diving stop from Owens, now off the knees. This time not going to get there in time, but showed some great range to the glove hand side and now shows some good range to the backhand side. Kept it in front. It will be an infield single from Kahaku Harrison, and lineup card will turn over. That just being the 3rd hit on the evening for the Drifters. And a single in the first, the solo home run last inning. And now a early miss here. The count will go 1-0. Bunt being shown, fouled back by Degg. Immediately hopping over the net line and just about missing a food truck. (7-1). Walla Walla lead here in the top of the third. Leo continuing to spin it with the lead. Gets a swing and a miss there out of Degg, and who had single up the middle his first time up, then was caught stealing on the base pass by Ethan Buckley. Again, Degg 3 for 6 in this series with 3 singles, and now he's going to work himself. Another hops over the head of T, the first baseman. We'll see the runner in Harrison hold at second. Did not want to push it over towards third. And instead of having the second run 90 feet away for the Drifters, it's just going to be runners on first and second. You thought with a high chopper into right field, a little bit slower would have given enough time for Harrison, but again, didn't go over to third, and Sweets are going to be happy that they can just keep the force down at 1, 2, and 3 as Melosi Manaafa-Alferos back in for his second plate appearance. Popped out to Austin Owens, the shortstop, his first time up. And Manaafa-Alferos has 1 single and now is going to rope another. Goes out towards right field. It's gotten in quick by Petts. But that'll be 3 straight singles from the Drifters to load the bases with 1 down. So the 3-hitter in Elliott steps in. Reminder, he struck out looking. His first time up was a little bit sped up as he struck out looking, and in that same play, Buckley threw out Degg trying for second. But a good chance for the Drifters to try and start chipping away at this lead as Leo misses outside. 2-0 count. Leo knows he just has to keep throwing strikes. Drifters are, again, tallying these hits here and there, still having the big 6-run lead intact. Likely just want to kind of keep the ball lower in the zone, not allow the opponent to elevate, try and get that inning-ending double play. But 3 straight misses to Elliott. Catcher will take strike one. And the wind still kind of swirling around. Borleske can't pick a decision. Broken bat, and it's just going to be flared out over the middle. Got in quick by Kane, but it's going to be an RBI single for Elliott, as that is 4 base hits in a row for Springfield. As a little bit of firewood picked up by Walla Walla, but the second run picked up by the Drifters as Harrison comes in to score. And Buckley will have a mound visit with the Mount Hood right-hander. And the returning Saint had 11 starts this past spring with Mount Hood. 5.5 record across 64 innings. 3.25 ERA, 52 strikeouts. Well, it was a real consistent arm to have in the staff for Mount Hood head coach and Corey Kieran has continued to see the young right-hander develop here with the Sweets. Trying to get out of this jam. And the bases remain loaded with one down. Kicks and fires to the big left-handed Colton Perez. Again, sent one 100 miles an hour off the bat over the right field fence his first time up. Excuse me, that is Thomas who's now going to swing it back that way, all the way to the fence line. It is gone, and the response grand slam is here from Evan Thomas. And suddenly it is a one-run ball game here in Walla Walla. 4 singles in a row, and then a round tripper to bring them all in. As it is a 7-6 game, Walla Walla still leading by 1 here in the top of the third, but Springfield are right back in this game, and Colton Perez now will step in. And Evan Thomas, he popped out his last time up, now hits the grand slam. Evan Perez, as mentioned, had the first solo homer last inning for the Drifters. Now steps in, takes ball 1. So 5 across in the inning for the Drifters. And again, the response just coming quick. Walla Walla 5 runs in the first inning, 2 in the second. The Drifters 1 last inning, 5 in this inning. Again, Harrison got things started with a infield single to the left side, and then Dag Matatafa, Alferos, Elliott all had singles following. And the response grand slam from Evan Thomas. It looks like time is going to be called by the field umpire in Michael Gray. And a little bit of confusion as it looks like the Sweets bat boy might have been out of the dugout for a moment. So time was called. It's a dead ball, and the count will remain 3-0. And the Sweets looking to settle it right back in here at home, as had the comfy lead and suddenly it's taken away. And the Sweets have at times struggled with maintaining that lead. Of course, first game that comes to mind is last Wednesday's game versus the Berries, with that final score of 23-19. 3-1 pitch on the way, and it's going to be fouled back from down 3-0. Leo works himself right back versus the Drifters' first baseman. And Perez batting .207 coming into the evening. This being his 15th game. Have seen him on the mound quite a bit now. Pops it up, and is there enough room for Buck to go get it? No, just travels out of reach. And sounded like that might have found a little bit of metal And the first thing out there is going to be those food trucks. Again, full count, 1 out. Leo kicks and deals another payoff pitch, misses outside to Perez, and that'll put the tying run on base for Springfield. As it looks like we are going to see a mound visit and a pitcher's change straight up. That will be it for Anthony Leo. Here in the top of the third, gets through 2 1/3 before exiting this game, and it looks like that's going to be Tyler Smith, who steps out of the bullpen in relief. So Leo's start will end here. Smith will take over in the third for Walla Walla.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
So the top of the third inning continues. Tyler Smith steps in on the bump for Walla Walla. Smith and completed his first 2 years at Cuesta College. Now recently committed to Regis University. He is going to play in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. And Regis all the way out in Denver, Colorado. Excited to see Tyler continue his career with the Rangers. He has been really looking dialed in his last couple appearances. Now makes another one and doing it in a spot here to close things down as foul tip. Down the third base line. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and 1 on. Again, Smith, a native of San Jose, California, this being his 4th start of the season, has a 1.93 ERA across those 3 previous appearances. And tracking down low, count goes 2-1. Again, did see Smith throw versus Cam Loops for 2 innings, that being the most we really saw of him. His debut was back versus the Bend Elks a couple weeks ago. Now lobbed out into left field. Ricky coming in. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And Tyler came in relief late versus the Elks with a huge lead under the belt. And through 2/3 of an inning, striking out 1. But then Cam Loops was first more solid appearance we saw out of Smith through 2 innings versus the North Paws to close out the Canadian road trip back on June 14th. And in those 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, just 1 run, 2 strikeouts. Then his last time out was his best showing. Gets an awkward cut here out of Hansen for strike 1. As pitched in the Saturday night game versus the Ridgefield Raptors and versus the #1 team in the WCL South through 2 innings, allowed 2 hits and no earned runs. Striking out 1, a good pickoff move over towards first, just checking on Colton Perez. Again, 5 across in the inning for the Drifters. Tying run is on base. Smith trying to get the squeeze out of it, minimizing the damage and just keeping the lead intact now. So 0-2 count Smith. Kicks and fires, misses. Down in the dirt, count goes 1-2. Tyler does sport the typical 4-pitch mix, does change up a little bit, has a fastball, a cutter, slider, and then a splitter / changeup. That pitch can be very dangerous when he's able to control it. That fastball can get up into the high 80s, maybe touch 90 if he gives it enough oomph. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Smith trying to shut down this half inning and get Walla Walla back onto the sticks and try and claim a little bit of a bigger lead in this 7-6 ball game. Kicks and delivers. Did he get strike 3? No. And Ethan Buckley alongside the rest of the Sweets infield thought that was strike 3, and now it's a 2-2 count as Smith will settle back into the stretch. Kicks, fires a breaking ball, fouled straight back. Again, Hansen struck out his first time up. And that was back versus Leo. And now trying to stay alive in the count versus Perez. As is the 9th batter to get up. The Drifters have gone all the way through their lineup. Another slider popped up into foul territory. Young has space. He's got it for out number 3. Tyler Smith comes in, gets 2 quick outs, a fly out and a pop-up to the left side to shut things down. The Drifters are able to tally 5, but the Sweets keep the lead intact.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Bottom of the third, 7-6 ball game between the Sweets and the Drifters, as in Springfield able to have themselves a 5-run inning in the top half to respond to the Sweets' own 5-run inning in the first. Now a 1-run game as Blake Stavros sets to continue off the rubber for Springfield. And saw a lot of close games around the West Coast League last night. Of course, Walla Walla taking it here 4-3. Bellingham versus the Port Angeles Lefties also 4-3. Saw Bend take down Ridgefield 3-1. The Elks claiming the series victory over the #1 Raptors, taking back-to-back games down at Vince Guinness Stadium. Corvallis had a non-league matchup versus Gunderson Baseball. They won 2-1. Kamloops shutting out Kelowna 7-0. Marion with a 12-5 victory over the Portland Pickles. Nanaimo with an 8-3 win in the British Columbia matchup between the Night Owls and the Harbor Cats, as Nate Petz fouls the ball away. The count will even up, and Wenatchee were able to take down the Pippins 11-5. So both Wenatchee and Bellingham claim victories, meaning that the North Division stays tied for first between the Apple Sox and the Bells, both 17-6. Stavros kicks and deals the 1-1, misses down low to Petz. Again, Nate was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Now getting his first look versus Stavros. Again, in the South, mentioned it already, as broken bat for Petz. He'll toss it. Ground ball picked up by Manatafa Alferos, and he's able to get it in time to first for out number 1. And Nate will need himself a new piece of lumber. As again, Ridgefield have already clinched their spot as the West Coast League South Division first half champs, and that meaning they already have themselves a playoff spot intact. But it's still very up in the air in the North. Bellingham, again, will have themselves a good series versus the Victoria Harbor Cats to close out the first half, and Wenatchee will have themselves a good series right here in Borleske Stadium. The Apple Sox will be in town tomorrow afternoon for the series opener. Should be a fun series all around to close out the first half of the season. Again, some good competition and a north-south clash, and of course, tons of promotions happening here in Walla Walla. As going to have our Cape giveaway tomorrow, and have our Adam West drone show. First drone show at Borleske, as a fly ball into left from Austin Owens, going to be settled under by Hansen. That's 2 up, 2 down for Stavros as the lineup flips to T. So the Batman Cape giveaway tomorrow afternoon, the drone show after the conclusion of Saturday night's game, and then of course another Sunday fun day here at Borleske. Don't want to miss it. Going to be one of the most exciting weekends we have here in Walla Walla at Borleske Stadium, and probably one of the ones that is going to compete is going to be the next weekend, which is going to be 4th of July weekend. Back here in the ballpark, as Sweets will welcome the Raptors back to town, and that'll be a good start to the second half of the season, going against the first half champs. Stavros falls 2-0 in the count to Trev. 2-0 pitch on its way, misses outside, and suddenly it's 3-0. Again, T was hit by a pitch his last time up. Popped out his first time. Again, this being his first time seeing Stavros as well. Fastball this time will catch just enough of the zone. Three-one from Stavros. Fastball lifted out in towards the bullpen for the Sweets, and it's just going to be picked up by Hansen out into the dirt for the third out. And T got himself into a hitter's count, but just hooked it a little bit foul, and it's going to be 3 up, 3 down for Stavros. That sends us on to the fourth, and now a 7-6 game.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Fourth inning, Tyler Smith continues to work off the rubber for Walla Walla. Going head-to-head with Jacob Villapando. Leading things off for a second straight inning. Lifts it, foul back out of play out towards Slugger's concessions. And the Sweets trying to establish more control as the Drifters can put up 5 runs in the third inning. Followed by a 1-2-3 bottom half. And the Sweets just trying to keep the defense concise and get back on offense. As Drifters have shown again they can be very explosive in this series. As inside check swing, did he go around? And field umpire Michael Gray will say he did. It's a 1-2 count. It was a good appeal call from Buck behind the plate. And Smith just tying up Villapando. Drifters third baseman rolled over to short his first time up. And was a great play out of Austin Owens saying rolled over, doesn't exactly do it. Owens played just as now he's going to get rung up by Tyler Smith. As the new Regis right-hander picks up his first K of the day. Again, came in with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the third. Got him worked a fly out and then a pop out, and now a broken bat as the line drive snatched by Young. And that's 2 up, 2 down. As Smith working nice and efficient here through the fourth. As that just being 2 outs on 4 pitches. And now Zach Degg steps in 2 for 2 and will take a called strike. Reminder that Degg is batting .500 on this series with 5 singles. Now sends it foul back across and back out towards the hot dog side of the concessions as an 0-2 count from Smith, trying to get through this inning as clean as he can and retiring Degg for the first time today on the checklist. Fastball is going to be grounded over to the right side. Reeser settles back behind it, relays it quickly over to first, but Degg beats it out. And that is the second time in this series that Degg has hit a chopper to Gage Reeser and then beat it out over at first base. His third hit of the day, and it's only the 4th inning. 3 singles and another infield single for the speedy senior from Rice. Put in play towards the right side. This time T will take it himself. Steps on the bag for out number 3, and the first hit collected against Tyler Smith, but picks it right back in fashion through an inning and 2/3 and just 20 pitches. Into the bottom of the 4th we go.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family. It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So Gage Reeser will lead it off for the Sweets in the bottom of the 4th. 1 for 1 with a solo homer and a hit by pitch, scoring both times now. Fouls this pitch straight down into the dirt. Representing 2 of the 7 runs pushed across by the Sweets. Again, first homer of the summer. Dropped it over the left field fence. 97 now, comebacker straight at Stavros, but he fields it clean, flips it over to first, and Reeser is retired for the first time today. And that will bring up Hale, and Hale is another guy who's yet to be retired, as he has just walked in both times up. As he was the first batter that Stavros faced in his relief appearance and ended up getting walked very quickly, then put out through a fielder's choice. Now grounds it weakly over to the third base side. It's going to be a tough play for Villapando. Throw on its way, and just in time for out number 2. So Stavros able to retire Reeser and Hale back-to-back, and that brings up the cleanup man out of the University of Nevada, Reno, in Sam Kane. Single his first time up, then an RBI fielder's choice his last time up, just rolled over to the shortstop in Maraafa Alferos. Now takes strike 1 from Stavros. Again, the right-hander from Bushnell has really settled in. Kicks and fires the heater, missing upstairs. Mentioned this is Stavros' 7th appearance. And has struggled a little bit more recently in his time. His previous outing was back on Sunday night versus the Pickles, through 1 inning versus Portland to close out the series. Allowed 1 hit, no runs, struck out 1. So clean inning there, but before that went 4 straight appearances allowing runs. Now this is going to be smashed out towards left field by Sam Kane, tracking back, hits off the left field wall. Sam Kane digging for second, close play. He's there, and it's going to be overthrown. Kept shallow in front of the Drifters dugout as Sam Kane logs another double on the season. That is the 6th double of the summer for Sam Kane. And he just keeps on adding as he has just been on a hot streak, and he has looked to have no intent of slowing down. Kane, that being his 3rd extra base hit of the series now, as he's got 2 doubles and a homer, and swing from Young just plays it foul down the third baseline. It'll be 0-1 count. With 2 outs, Sam Kane puts himself in scoring position, gives Walla Walla a chance to find a little bit of a cushion here with just a 1-run lead. And now this ball running way inside, almost catching Young. And Lando already been hit by a pitch this evening back in the 1st and had the sac fly RBI his first time up. So technically 0 for 0 with a ribby. 1-1 pitch from Stavros, breaking ball, and Young just recognized it late as it flared out back and out of play past the bullpen of Springfield. So 1-2 count. Young still looking for that first knock. Reminder, had 3 hits in last night's showing. Now trying to defend versus Stavros. Kane dancing off of second and reads the pickoff move very well. And now Young is going to bloop it out towards right field. That is going to drop in. Kane is going to get waved around third. He will come across to score, and Landon Young has his first knock of the evening and 2nd RBI to extend the lead out to 2. And sometimes it's not about how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. Just drops it perfectly over the head of the first baseman, and Colton Perez couldn't reach it on the run, and the lead will go 8-6 for Walla Walla, and Young and 2 RBI on the evening, and now 1 for 1. As the runner takes off, and Young, and he will just swipe second, immediately getting on to the base pass. And wasting absolutely no time, working himself aboard, as now Young is tied for the Sweets lead in stolen bases, as Lando has 8. He's tied with Austin Owens, who also has 8. Now running up and in towards Ricky. And that will be another hit by pitch we have seen on the day, as that is the 5th hit by pitch from a Springfield pitcher. Again, saw 4 from the starter in Hafner. And that being the first given by Stavros to put 2 aboard. As the first pitch to Buckley will miss outside. Reminder, Buck has flown out to left and both times up. And Walla Walla have continued staying quick on the base pass. We have seen that aggressiveness ramp up a little bit more so. And Walla Walla are one of the best thieving teams in the West Coast League. Currently tied for 4th in the league in stolen bases, only 3 teams being higher: Victoria, the Harbor Cats, the Marion Berries, and of course the other team on the field, the Springfield Drifters. Fastball up and in as the Drifters currently sitting at 3rd in the WCL in stolen bases. Again, the South a little bit more prone to it, but really just a good mix of stolen base across the divisions. Again, Victoria North team leading it. Then you have Marion and Springfield at 2 and 3. Then the North Paws, another North Divisional team up there, followed by Walla Walla, Portland, and Ridgefield in that stolen base leaderboard. Fastball again missed to buck. Count goes 3-1. In terms of hitting, it has been the North who have really taken control as the top 6 teams in terms of batting average. 5 of them are from the North Division. Stavros kicks up and in, fouled straight back, and looked like it would have been ball 4. Buckley is just on it a little bit quick, and the count goes full. Young off of second, Ricky off of first. Buckley trying to keep the 4th inning going versus Stavros. Kicks and runners in motion, and the pitch will miss outside, and that'll be the first walk from Blake Stavros, who gives up his first 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and now his first walk to bring up Pets. And it looks like we will have a mound visit here, as there is a lefty getting warm for Springfield. And southpaw will not go in yet. Stavros is going to get tasked with trying to close out this jam with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And again, it falls to Nate Pence to try and take advantage. Pence batting .227 on the summer, has knocked in 3 runs across his 7 games. Again, haven't seen Nate a whole ton. Played in the first 3 games of the summer, again against Yakima Valley. Then saw him get 1 showing versus Corvallis back in the first home series. Then another showing versus Bend. 1 game versus Kamloops in the Canadian road trip, but got 2 at-bats and had a pinch hit at-bat versus the Marion Berries last week. That was the last at-bat from we've seen from him, but his last start was all the way back on June 7th. Now hard line drive straight at the second baseman, and Kahaku Harrison hauls it in to steal away the ribbies, and more runs coming through. It will remain 8-6. Sam Kane scores off of what was a 2-out double, and the RBI single from Landon Young. Sweets up 2.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So a 2-run game in the top of the 5th as going to be 3, 4, 5 in the order for Springfield as Tyler Smith has gone through the first inning and 2/3 of his appearance. Very clean, just 20 pitches, striking out 1. And has only allowed 2 hits. And it stayed very clean at an 8-6. Walla Walla lead, able to tack on another run. As it looked like Elliott may be getting a new bat. Smith kicks, fires inside, and that's fouled straight back, and looked like that might have caught the left leg of home plate umpire Thomas Glenn. Seems to be A-OK. Smith fires the 0-2 fastball, fended off by Thomas. And Sweets trying to maintain the lead, hold on to it. And Sweets did win both series last summer versus the Drifters, both 2-1 victories. It's faced off against the Drifters to start the season and to end the season. Again, played each other in May. That was in Springfield down near Eugene, Oregon. It was a Game 1, Game 2 victory, and then Game 3 belonged to the Drifters. And then here in Walla Walla, all the way in August, the Drifters took the series opener, and then Walla Walla claimed the next 2 to take the series, as it's going to be a single right back up the middle from Elliott, and wins the battle of the 1-2 count to pick up just the second hit versus Smith. And that'll bring up the cleanup man in Evan Thomas.
All right, good, number 23, Evan Thomas.
So 8-6 here in Walla Walla. Again, still overcast. Skies bumping, placed down well to the third baseline. Backhand, the throw across from Young is a beauty. Picks up the out. And what a play to get out the cleanup man. And sets him down after hitting the grand slam back in the third. And that brings up Perez. Again, Colton Perez, one of 4 players to have a home run in this game. And if you missed it, Walla Walla had 2 homers in the first inning. Then the Drifters had 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And each team having a grand slam here in the top of the 5th inning. Walla Walla's came first, and then the Drifters came back in the third. Smith misses the changeup outside to Perez. Again, the two-way guy out of Vanguard University. Stands at 6'5", 225 pounds. Solo shot and a walk on the evening. Good pitch from Tyler to quickly even up the count. And the Sweets have only dropped 1 series in history here in Borleske to the Drifters back 2 years ago in June. Sweets looking to keep that up as Smith just misses outside with the slider. Again, trying to lean away from Perez. Doesn't want to give him anything towards the inside half of the plate that he can tear over the right field fence. That is exactly what he did back in the second versus Anthony Leo. As now it's going to be ripped out towards right center field. Sam Kane tracking after it, can't get there, drops into the gap. Kane will get it in quick, maybe a play at 2. No, it's just going to be an RBI double. And we're back to a 1-run ball game here in Borleske. As Perez, his second extra base hit of the evening. to bring it to an 8-7 ball game. And what a night it's already been for Perez, and came into the night with a double and a homer on the season. Now has a double and homer just in this game alone. Ball one is taken. Ethan Buckley will quickly go out and talk to the right-hander as there is another suite getting ready in the pen. I believe that is Jacob Talbot starting to get loose out there for Walla Walla. As it looks like Austin Owens will come in to have a talk with the battery and maybe trying to come up with a signal to try and get the runner leading off of second in Perez. Or very well just trying to settle Tyler down a little bit. Again, was cruising so far, and then again the single up the middle followed by the ground out down to the left side, and a big double out into right center. Can't do too much about it. It's just timely hitting from the Drifters. And now Smith will again miss down low to Preston Armstrong. And Armstrong, the designated hitter, has been swinging away early and often so far tonight. Just finished up his freshman year with the Seattle University Redhawks and has several teammates and former teammates now on the Sweets roster as slider drops in for first strike of the AB. Armstrong sends it 6'3", 220 pounds. Big body 0 for 2. Ground out to second and a fly out to left so far in his evening. Another breaking ball rolled over to the left side. Austin Owens has to work his way around. Landon Young still makes the play. And Austin Owens has just shown some great defensive chops over at shortstop. And we've seen that really all season long from Austin Owens. He's made some very flashy defensive plays over there at short. But today has been nothing less of impressive. Nearly every single one of the plays he's made at shortstop today has had some kind of extra difficulty off the cap of the bat, and it is going to roll foul past the Sweets dugout from Carson Hansen. And Hansen, another guy who's still has yet to get on base, as he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. He was one of the two batters faced by Smith in the top of the third. Was used to strand the tying run on base, and now pitch just missing from Smith. I believe just being called low by home plate umpire Thomas Glenn. Is now single up the middle will get down, and the runner is going to be waved around third. A good throw in from Sam Kane. The tag is not going to be in time as Colton Perez able to beat it out, and this game is tied at 8. Good single up the middle from Hansen. His first knock of the ball game, and seeing the aggressive base running waved around third. And Colton Perez using the 6'5" speed to will himself around third, get in on a headfirst slide just ahead of the tag of Ethan Buckley. So 8-8 here in the top of the fifth, and what a comeback it has been for the Drifters. Again, if you missed it, after the first inning, Springfield were trailing 5-0, and then after the second inning, we're trailing 7-1. Now it's an 8-8 game here in the fifth. Tyler Smith. Again, just trying to keep this game at least at equilibrium. Fires a fastball into Villapando. as the Drifters have tallied him good amount of hits here in the 5th, as their 8 runs have come on 11 hits. The Sweets, their 8 runs have come on only 6 hits. But looking for the offense to try and respond in the bottom half of this inning. Smith looking to put it away here. 1-2 pitch is going to be lined out into right field. That is hit number 12 as Pets bobbles it momentarily. Still will get it in quick. The runners hold where they are. And just another hit. That is the 4th knock in the inning for Springfield. As again, we've seen 2 narrow defensive battles between these 2 teams in the first 2 games. Tuesday night's game was 5-2 win for the Drifters. Last night's game was a 4-3 win for the Sweets. And now it's 8-8. Again, both games totaling 7 runs between both teams. The first 2 to start this series, now each team having more than that individually here in Game 3, as Kahaku Harrison gets another look at an infield single. His first time up, now swings and misses. Count evens up at 1-1. Again, both had the infield single his first time up versus Anthony Leo, then lined out to the third baseman Young his first time up versus Perez. So runners on first and second, one down, and it's going to get away from Buck and seems to be in a little bit of pain. And he will immediately get checked out by manager Leo Rivera and the Sweets trainer in Sophie Rabe. And Buckley definitely feeling it towards the glove hand and shaking out that left hand. Does wear glove under his mitt. And again, getting checked down. Hopefully Ethan is all right. Again, Buckley, haven't seen him too much, and again, did seem due to make another appearance on the season that he has. And it looks like he's just going to get a couple test pitches here, see how he can squeeze it. Seems to be all right, gives the nod. Again, Buckley, this just being the 6th game he's been a part of on the summer so far. But seems to be all well and good, and will be deemed a wild pitch on Tyler Smith as the count goes 2-1. Smith trying to get himself out of it, keep this game tied, gets the swing and a miss as Harrison missed over top of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the top of the 5th. 8-8 game. Drifters trying to claim their first lead of the evening. Work themselves ahead after being down 7-1 just a few innings ago. And great protect swing out of Harrison, just throwing the hands out there, at least just finding a grain of wood on it. And Harrison came into the game with only 1 hit on the season, was 1 for 26, and picked up his 2nd hit earlier on in the 3rd inning. Now trying to will himself aboard again. As Harrison, only 2 hits on the season, has gotten on 8 times through walks. So no stranger to getting on through a walk, but it has struggled to swing the bat. Is currently sitting at 16 Ks, 2nd most on the team. Payoff pitch from Smith is going to be flown out towards center field. Sam Kane just has to take a step to his left and completes the catch for out number 3. It's the Drifters who are able to pick up 2 more and tie this game up. It is 8-8 here in Walla Walla, heading into the bottom of 5.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at Underwriter Honda of WallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
So a new arm will step in for Springfield here in the bottom of the fifth, and intent on trying to turn the tide of this game as the Drifters have been able to work the score back to even at 8-8. And they turn to Owen Sheen, the southpaw out of Lane Community College, who will fire in strike one to Austin Owens. Again, Owen Sheen out of Lane Community College with the Titans. Now, unsure if Sheen has committed to a four-year institution for the upcoming academic year. As pitch on its way will miss outside. Sheen sends it 6'3", 190 pounds, originally out of Klamath Fall, Oregon. And has just been another good lefty pitcher to have in the arsenal as he will set down Austin Owens swinging and opens up his appearance with a K. And this just being the second appearance of the season for Sheen, as his first one was versus the Pickles back on Sunday, and is another case of this technically being his third appearance. Again, it had one non-league appearance that will not count towards West Coast League statistics, as that was back on June 17th, or the CCL Showcase, toss and inning. But then his only league appearance was back on Sunday evening versus Portland. Through an inning versus the Pickles, allowed one hit, one run. That being the only inning he's had registered in the West Coast League, and now putting on more versus the Sweets. As Trevor T fouls it straight back. And T currently 0 for 2, a pop out, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. Still hunting for that first knock here in the bottom of the fifth. And Walla Walla, a 5-run first inning, a 2-run second inning, and then only 1 run since. Started off the day very hot again. 2 home runs for the Sweets in the first inning, and haven't really been able to generate that kind of pressure since then. As the southpaw kicks and deals, the 3-1 misses upstairs, and T will be awarded first for the second time. And that will bring up Reeser. Again, Reeser started strong and had the solo home run, 97 off the bat to left field all the way back in the first, then was hit by a pitch in his very next plate appearance. But his last time up had a ground out right back to the pitcher in Blake Stavros. And Stavros worked really well in relief. 3 innings in relief, as now the back pick attempt is going to be hauled in over at first by Colton Perez, and Elliott behind the plate just taking a sigh of relief there, as almost ended up in the bullpen for the Drifters. Against Stavros, 3 innings, just allowed 3 hits, 1 run. No strikeouts, didn't need him, was able to generate a lot of weak points of contact, 5 flyouts, 4 groundouts. Now a 2-0 count for Sheen, and again picking off over to first towards T. Is not wanting to give the Colorado Mesa Maverick too much room over there on first, as again T hasn't been too much of a base stealer on the summer. Right now he's only 2 for 3 on his attempts. And the biggest threats on the base pass for Walla Walla, Gunnar Guile and Isaac Torres, with 5 and 6 stolen bases respectively, and then the leaders Landon Young and Austin Owens, who are tied at 8 stolen bases each. The 3-1 pitch on its way will miss outside, and will be back-to-back walks after the opening strikeout, and that puts 2 aboard for Royce Hale. And the recent Long Beach State Dirtbag commit does seem due at this point. Again, Royce Hale has not picked up a hit since the first inning back on Tuesday night. Has had a double off the right field wall to open up the series, walked and then struck out twice back on Tuesday night. Then last night ended up popping out, striking out, got on through an error, and did have a sac fly ribby. And then, of course, so far tonight, just 2 walks and a ground out. So only 1 hit on the series. Has still gotten on base a few times and still in Pose's will of being able to get on, but now in an 0-2 count versus Sheen. Stands at 6'5", 230 pounds, listed as a utility guy, can really play in the outfield and a little bit of infield. Kick and deals a breaking ball, and it's going to be sent back and out of play, out of reach for Johnny Elliott. Some young fans going racing after that one. Again, the count will remain 0-2. And Hale has still had such an impressive start to his season as a sweep. Batting .357 coming into the evening, slugging .750 out of his 10 hits. Has just found so much consistency in terms of extra bases. Out of those 10 hits, 6 have been for extra bases. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, and 2 bombs. He's already knocked in 12 runs, being towards the top in terms of ribby leaders for the Sweets. Now 1-2 pitch going to be grounded over to the right side. Harrison can get there clean, and the error on Harrison will get the bases loaded for Walla Walla, and that being a big mistake for the Drifters. That being their first error of the evening. That being the first error we've seen in this game. And after back-to-back walks, an infield error loads the bases for Walla Walla. Not only loading the bases for the cleanup man, who is currently 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and an RBI on the evening. And we'll see how Sheen approaches him, gets the swing and a miss early. And that probably being the best thing you can do, get ahead in the count versus Kane. Try and just throw off that tempo. Kane is a guy who's really just settled into that swing so nicely. Now it's going to be fouled back and away. Again, saw Kane go yard for the 4th time back on Tuesday night as he smashed the ball over the Board of Education in left field. Again, a single and a double last night, and then already a single and a double tonight. Trying to protect in the 0-2 count. Bases loaded, 1 out. Sheen fires, breaking ball, gets the swing and a miss, and Kane goes down swinging. And Kane, that being his first time striking out swinging this entire series. So a timely K from Sheen to bring up Young, and Lando not an easy guy to get past either. Sheen first pitch gets another swing and a miss, tracking down towards the cleats. As Young hit by pitch, a sac fly and a single so far this evening. Just had a bloop single for an RBI in his last time up. Now it's going to be over towards the shortstop. Takes a tough hop to Manafal Ferros, and 2 runs will come across. T and Reeser are going to get plated, and 2 errors in the inning. And that is going to sting the Drifters as Walla Walla hit double digits here in the rubber match versus the Drifters. And the error is playing a huge role. An error to load the bases, and then an error to allow 2 to come across. So Ricky Torres, he comes in 2 for 2. And Ricky has just been another guy to have himself a day. Delivered the Sweets' first grand slam of the season all the way back in the first. Singled in his very next at-bat. Then was hit by a pitch last inning. Now check swing. The call will be a strike on Ricky as the count's 1-1. Now a line drive up the middle from Ricky. He finds another 1-run, comes across, and Young play at the plate. He's there in time. Torres advances up to second on the throw. And Isaac Torres has 6 ribbies on the night. He is 3 for 3. And what a performance out of Isaac Torres here in Game 3 of the match versus the Springfield Drifters in Walla Walla. From letting the game get all the way back to tied, now lead by 4, 12-8. And could see a potential another historic scoreline incoming if we're not careful. As Ethan Buckley make his 4th plate appearance. 2 flyouts and a walk. And we'll see how the swing looks. Did get hit in the left hand as Ricky will easily swipe third base. Not even attempt as he had the read clean on Sheen. So Isaac Torres swipes his 7th base of the season as he has yet to be caught. Buckley did take a strike, 0-1 pitch on its way, fouled straight back in towards the letters. Again, we talked about the stolen bases, leaders being Landon Young and Austin Owens, each with 8 stolen bases. However, Isaac Torres is leading among base stealers who have not been caught. Young and Owens have each been caught once. Ricky has just been smooth around the bases, 7 for 7. 0-2 pitch on the way from Sheen. The heater misses way outside. Johnny Elliott having to stay active behind the dish. Again, 4 runs across the inning for Walla Walla. Saw 2 come across in the top half for Springfield to tie this game up. Now a pass ball splits the legs of Elliott, and he thought it was a foul tip, and Torres will come across to score. I've seen confusion out of Johnny Elliott, and maybe thinking that was a dead ball, or maybe that he just had no attempt, as Isaac Torres will happily just cross the plate and score. Now 13-8, bases clear with 2 outs, and a little bit of the pressure off for Buckley as a check swing. The appeal down to first, and it's going to say he went around, and it looks like there will end up being no appeal as home plate umpire Thomas Glenn will just take it amongst himself to call the out. So Buckley will go down swinging, and that will close up the 5th inning here in Borleske, but it's Walla Walla who pick up 5 in response. It's now 13-8 Sweets.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
So the Swedes jump into the lead heading into the 6th. It's 13-8 Walla Walla, leading over the Springfield Drifters, and that'll bring about a new pitcher in place of Tyler Smith. So his evening will end as he gets through 2 2/3, allowing 5 hits, 2 runs, striking out 1. Solid showing out of the new Regis commit. And that will bring up Jacob Talbot to step in out of the pen, facing off against the 1-2-3 in the order. Again, Talbot, the returning Swede out of Yorba Linda, California, playing with Biola. 1-0 pitch on its way. Another grounder over towards Reeser, and this time he will be able to get Degg as the leadoff man retired for the first time today, as he had a trio of singles. Now set down on the ground out to bring up Manaafa Alferos. And Talbot, this being his 7th appearance. Excuse me, his 6th appearance of the season, as Talbot has made 1 plate appearance. That being his 6th other game appearance, but this being his 6th pitching appearance of the season. Has a 10.5 ERA across his 6 innings. However, has struck out 10 in that time, just giving up some big runs, a couple of walks here and there. Now fastball check swing out of Manaafa Alferos. The count goes 0-2. Against on tally throw a 1/3 of an inning back versus the Ridgefield Raptors last Friday. Allowed 2 hits, no runs, striking out 1 for that 1 out. And his last time got just a solid inning was back versus Kamloops, the North Paws, on June 12th. Now gets a swing and a miss. Tag applied by Buckley. And 2 up, 2 swiftly down. It's the ground out and a strikeout, but again, versus the North Paws through an inning, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs. And that being one of the tougher appearances he's had on the season now. Dialing it right back in. Now going head-to-head with Elliott, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles up the middle. Takes ball 1. Talley comes set, kicks, fires. Fastball is going to get lifted towards the right field side. Tracking back into the corner is Pets, runs out of room and takes a shot towards the fence down by the right field side. Seems to be okay. As it just escaped him, looked like it. Hopped out of play and skipped over the fence towards Martin Field. Just past Slugger's concessions down the third base side. Again, Pets just making his fourth game in the outfield. Back out there in right. As again, manager Leo Rivera has been mixing things up, still trying to find something that can work a little bit more consistently, as again, two players tonight playing in spots they haven't gotten a ton. One being Trevor T over at first, as he's been a great middle infielder and really just has been a great infielder altogether. Seen him do well over at third, and of course more comfort as a middle infielder, but this being the first time we've seen him at first base. And Nate Pence knows he's a utility guy, can play in the outfield. I haven't seen him much. As Talley gets the swing and a miss out of Elliott. So 2-2 count. Talbot looks back in versus the catcher. Johnny Elliott out to lane, leaves it up high, and the count will go full. And Elliott stands at 6'4", about 220 pounds. Just finished up his sophomore year with Tulane. Another good bat to have in the lineup, as did start his career at USC. Now flared in and off the hands. T is crashing, has to turn back and flip it to first. He does. And a good play made between Talley and T, the returning Sweets, to close up the top half of the inning. That brings us on to the bottom of the sixth, still 13-8 Walla Walla.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So we'll see another pitcher step in for Springfield and bring about their fourth arm of the matchup. It's Jake Fritz out of San Diego Mesa College, incoming freshman at San Diego Mesa. And stepping in here, and the San Diego native traveling up north to the West Coast League. Has cut on and And this being the third appearance of the season for Fritz, has made one start. .38 ERA across those two previous appearances, only totaling 5 1/3 inning, but has stayed very efficient. Has been a long time since we've seen Fritz. Again, through a third of an inning versus Bend in the season opening series for the Drifters. Again, third of an inning, allowed 2 earned runs on no hits. Then made that first start versus Yakima Valley, and that was all the way back on June 3rd as the peel down to field umpire Michael Gray will say went around. It'll be a 2-2 count for Pets. But in that first start was a no-hit start for Jake Fritz versus the Yakima Valley Pippins. 5 innings, no hits, no runs, 5 Ks, and now we'll set down Pets on strikes. So again, was a dominant starter in that one look. Now immediately we'll pick up a K, jumping into this one as it turns over to the 9-hitter in Austin Owens. Again, Owens 0 for 3, a ground out, fly out, and a strikeout. Now will take strike 1. And Jacob Fritz graduated out of Crescent Valley High School just this past season. And I apologize, I mentioned he was a San Diego native. He is a native of Corvallis, Oregon, the home of the Oregon State Beavers. Graduated out of Crescent Valley High School this past spring. Committed to San Diego Mesa and immediately picks up back-to-back Ks. So 2 up, 2 down swinging. And that'll turn over to the top of the lineup in Trevor T. Again, Fritz was the Oregon Tech Athletics Rookie of the Year, was just a great guy to have through high school ball, and still trying to get up early in the counts. Kicks and fires, gets a foul tip out of T. 1-1 count as Fritz stands at 6'1", 200 pounds. Gonna have seen a good amount of arms used by the Drifters in this series already. And saw 4 arms last night, saw 4 arms back on Tuesday night, and this being their 4th arm here in the rubber match. So 12 pitchers already being used, as in that number slightly different, as is actually 11. Michael Klein and pitched Tuesday night and last night as the breaking ball drops in to get the count to full. So Fritz trying to strike out the side, and it looks like he will not, just misses, and T will walk in back-to-back plate appearances, and saw the catcher and Johnny Elliott. He was ready to spin that around the horn for out number 3. Instead, T will sit on first, and that is the 3rd free pass he's gotten on the evening. He's currently 0 for 2, but has gotten on base 3 times, 2 walks and a hit by pitch to bring up Reeser. And Reeser will take the bender outside for ball 1. Reeser, another guy who has had 1 explosive swing, the solo home run back in the first, and other than that has just been able to get on through a walk and a hit by pitch. Again, seen a lot of free passes given out by the Drifters pitching staff, as we've seen 6 walks and I believe 5 hit by pitches. That is 11 free passes and is officially 5 hit by pitches, as now the count 3-0. as Fritz settles in. Quick pickoff over towards first, and it's going to get away from the first baseman and Colton Perez, and T wasting no time at all, moving up on the failed move. So it puts a runner in scoring position for Reeser. Again, temperatures cooling here in Walla Walla. Again, one of the chillier nights we've seen. Still just about 70 degrees. The wind still softly gusting as we'll catch the edge of the zone to Reeser. The count is 3-1. Kick and deal on its way, fouled off by Reeser, and did he get a piece of it? It looks like a little bit of miscommunication, as it looks like it was swung and missed. And with that, Elliott will go out and talk to the pitcher, so it looked like it was not a foul tip. It was actually just a swing and a miss to get the count to full, as T moves up to third on the pass ball. Just an awkward play all around there. So it's going to be a full count, 2 outs, and a runner on third for Walla Walla, and Reeser looking to turn him in. The delivery is a breaking ball. Gage fights it off. So again, T walking his way aboard, getting to second through an error, and getting on over towards third. But Reeser is going to go down, swinging, and even with the walk in between, Jake Fritz comes in, strikes out the side. 3 Ks in the inning, and that will send us on to the next. Into the 7th we go.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
So Evan Thomas will lead things off for the Drifters here in the top of 7. The cleanup man had a grand slam all the way back in the 3rd for his 1 knock on the evening, and that being one of the loudest swings and most impactful swings on the night, as again it brought the Drifters back to a 1-run ball game in 1 swing, and the Sweets were leading 7-1. 1 run was tallied across, and then the grand slam to make it a 7-6 game and keep the Drifters in it. As Talbot misses down low with the breaker count, goes 1-1. We talked about the standings a little bit in the West Coast League, mostly just kind of the leaders. It's fouled off by Thomas. Count goes 1-2, but of course a little bit more expansively in the South Division. Of course, Ridgefield leading the way, 16-7, have already clinched the first half title. Walla Walla is sitting in sole possession of second, 12-11. Yakima Valley and Marion are currently tied for third. The Berries have been moving their way up. So both those teams are 11-12, one game out of second. Corvallis currently sitting in fifth now, 10-11. Portland and Bend at the 6-7, and Springfield batting are currently eighth. Rounding out the bottom of the South Division, of course, in the North, it is a tighter race to the finish to see who will get the first half North Divisional title. Again, Wenatchee and Bellingham tied at 17-6. As Tally misses the 1-2 outside. And Wenatchee closing up their series versus Yakima Valley tonight. Bellingham finishing up their series versus Port Angeles tonight. We'll get you those scores soon. Now those games are developing. Nanaimo, the Night Owls, sitting in third in the North. They're sitting at 13-10. So a good showing out of them as another foul tip out of Thomas. Kelowna sitting in fourth behind the Night Owls. Falcons 11-9. Victoria 10-10. Edmonton 9-12 in sixth place. The North Paws and Kamloops been struggling a little bit more as of late as they're currently 8-12. Again, the North Paws have won 5 of their last 10. Still trying to work their way back, and Port Angeles rounding out the North at 5-18. Again, it's been the Bellingham Bells who are chasing down the Apple Sox. Wenatchee have been leading the North for, I believe, most of, if not all, of this first half, but Bellingham are on a 9-game winning streak hunting down the Apple Sox. 2-2 pitch on its way, and Tally finally gets the swing and a miss versus Thomas and sets him down on strikes for the first time. And we'll set the first down and bring up Colton Perez. Again, should be a good finish in the North End. It is exciting for the Sweets to kind of play an impactful role, and of course, facing off against one of the top teams in Wenatchee tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. An 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and Talbot really finding his rhythm here. And through an inning and a third, 2 strikeouts and 4 outs, and now trying to retire Colton Perez, who has yet to get out. He has had a huge night. Solo home run, an RBI double, and a walk on the evening. Yet to be retired. That changes now as he goes down swinging versus Tally. Back-to-back Ks from Jacob Talbot. Then 2 down, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter as that's L.J. Lehue jumping in for Preston Armstrong. And we saw a ton of pinch hitters come in last night for the Drifters to try and turn the game around late. Now it looks like head coach Jeff Lyle implementing that now is putting Lehue in. Again, saw Lehue starting last night's game. Did go 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a walk. And that being the one game we see him in. Didn't see him back on Tuesday night. As Talbot kicks, fires, misses just low. So expecting Lehue to come in as the clean switch at DH in place of Armstrong. So 0 for 3. And Sweets leading by 5. Here in the top of 7, Lehue is going to foul it back and out of play as the count evens up. Again, Talbot, the inning and 2/3. This is pitch number 25 upcoming versus Lehue. Working out of the stretch, fires the bender, misses outside, release it just a bit early. And the Drifters have stayed in this game extremely well. As Walla Walla have had some big innings, but now lead by 5. Pitch on its way, and the heater in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lehue. And the catcher from Rice, who just redshirted this past spring with the Owls. Sends a 5'8", 205 pounds, a switch hitter for the Drifters. Batting left now, goes down swinging, and Buckley creates a lane, gets it over to first, and Tally strikes out the side here in the top of the 7th and sends Walla Walla into the 7th inning stretch with some momentum. It's 13-8 Sweets.
Okay, fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Let's stand up and join True Lou as you sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, 1 glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury. Welcome to Legends Casino Hotel. Visit legendscasino.com or call and book your stay today.
Right. Bottom of the 7th. Walla Walla leading the Drifters 13-8. Another new arm steps in for Springfield. 5th pitcher of the game, and it's Andrew Miller. The George Fox right-hander making his 9th appearance of the summer already. Has an 0-2 record across 15 innings, a 6.0 ERA, 16 Ks in those 15 innings. But it has been a great relief guy for the Bruins as Royce Hale pops it up, and it's just going to get out of reach from Miller, and Hale will settle into first. That's his first hit since all the way back in the first inning of game number 1 on Tuesday. And again, we said it earlier after seeing an RBI bloop single from Landon Young. It's not always about how hard you hit it, it's about where you hit it, and that just perfectly in off the hands, flopped over the head of Miller for a single. Now bunt being shown by Kane. It will be a strike to Sam. Again, Kane 2 for 4, a single, a double, and an RBI. Struck out his last time up. Right back in his play stop momentarily by home plate umpire Thomas Glenn. And Miller just finished up his junior year with George Fox. Who fouls it straight back in. Count will go 0-2 to Kane. It was a great pitcher for the Bruins this past spring. Named Academic All-District, made a D3Baseball.com Team of the Week, had a 2.4 ERA across 18 appearances, 6 saves in 30 innings for Miller. Hasn't been able to exactly work that same kind of success this summer, but know he has the potential of it. And facing up against a ton of different levels of competition all the way up to D1, as again going up against back-to-back D1 batters. And Royce Hale, the Long Beach State dirtbag, and Sam Kane, a part of the University of Nevada Reno Wolfpack, as Kane goes out to deep left field. Trailing back is Hansen at the wall, and it smacks off the wall. Hale rushing into third. It's going to be a close play. The tag applied, not in time. Hale just gets into third as Sam Kane delivers his second double of the evening. Kane now 3 for 5 on the night, 2 doubles and a single. And it looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter in place of Hale, and it looks like that is going to be Ronan Schofield, who jumps in on third base. So the incoming Wazoo freshman jumps in for Hale. Maybe just adding on some extra speed to try and make a sac fly count. Again, Sam Kane been absolutely swinging it as of late. Now 2 in scoring position with none down, and immediately Elliott looking back the young Schofield. Again, Ronan Schofield stepping onto the base pass out of Kirkland, Washington, an incoming freshman to Washington State. Will be joining the Cougars this upcoming fall. Swing and a miss, and it looks like that was just tipped by Young and into the mask of Elliott. Again, Landon Young has just had an interesting day altogether, as he is currently 1 for 2 with a single and then got on through error. But across his night has tacked up 4 ribbies. Got hit by pitch in his first at-bat, came around and scored. Tallied his first RBI through a sac fly, then RBI single back in the 4th, and then when he got on through error, it scored 2 runs back in the 5th. Now 1-2 count, fends off the bender. Again, Miller, dangerous swing and miss guy, is again 16 strikeouts across 15 innings this summer and 31 strikeouts across 30 innings back in the spring with George Fox. Kicks and deals the heater, going to be grounded over to the right side, takes a huge hop off the glove of Harrison, and that will score another 2 as Young moves into second. And we'll see how in the world that will be scored, but it's 2 more ribbies for Landon Young, as it's now 15-8 Walla Walla. As again, just a tough chopper, and as it was exiting the infield grass, jumped up about 6 feet in the air, maybe higher, as and Harrison stands at 6'2". That might have jumped up about 7 feet in the air. As adds on more runs for the Sweets, more runs for Landon Young. And that will bring up Ricky. Again, what a night Isaac Torres had, and it looks like Landon Young is going to get credited with a 2 RBI double for that last knock. Again, sometimes the ground just plays it right. They call it home field advantage for a reason. Don't think that is particularly what people had in mind when they came up with home field advantage. But a 2 RBI double from Young, his first extra base hit. And Ricky up 2-0 in the count versus Miller. Fastball missing high, and now 3-0 count. So back-to-back doubles from the Sweets. Now will be a called strike to Torres. The at-bat extends. Again, Ricky 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs on that. Again, a 15-run game. He's just been able to tack up so much consistency versus the Drifters. Miller looking to retire, man. It is going to be a called strike on the outside part and borderline there, as Torres thought it was ball 4. Again, Isaac Torres, grand slam his first time up, single his second time, hit by pitch, and then a 2 RBI single his last time up back in the 5th. Payoff pitch from Miller. Fastball. It's going to be fended off out towards Slugger's concessions, and maybe skipping in towards a fan and intercepting a late meal. Again, the count remains full. Isaac looking to win the battle and stay perfect on the evening. Another fastball fended off, and late recognition from Torres. Still got a decent barrel on it, just way late. And Miller very much being tested in his first inning of in relief work, as struggling to kind of close it out, struggling to register that first out. Now the breaking ball misses up and in, and Isaac will work his way on to first again. And he has gotten on pace 5 times this evening. And what a showing, as we'll see a pinch hitting jump in for Ethan Buckley. And it looks like that is going to be Jonah Chang. So some interesting switches here, as, again, Ethan Buckley, the Sweets catcher, is now going to hop out for Jonah Chang. The Whitman infielder checks in. Again, Jonah, Victoria, British Columbia native, the home of the Harbor Cats. This being the 6th game he's been a part of, as currently 0 for 9 on the season with 3 strikeouts. Will be a mound visit as well for Miller, and still trying to escape this inning, and still has yet to register that first out. Again, a single, 2 doubles, and a walk has been all that has happened so far. So again, the Whitman College Blue steps in for his 10th at-bat of the season. Again, Jonah Chang just finished up his sophomore year here at Whitman and had himself a pretty good sophomore season, batting .270, logging 20 RBIs, 9 doubles, 6 homers. Definitely has a good bit of pop. As both runners take off, there will be no throw out of Elliott. As both runners advance, Young moves up to third, Torres behind him to second. And now Landon Young is the Sweets stolen base leader. He's got 9 on the summer. He overtakes Austin Owens. And Isaac Torres picks up his 8th stolen base. Again, he's now 8 for 8 in stolen bases. Puts 2 in scoring position. Comebacker scoop behind the back end. Young is going to get caught up between third and home. Elliott goes out towards the third baseman. Now Young gets trapped on the ground. Miller applies the tag for out number 1. And a great stop on the bump by Andrew Miller, trapping that ball behind his back foot. And then Young got caught up, lurking too far down the base path. So the lead runner is taken out, but some good base running out of Chang to move up to second, and Torres moving up to third. So even with Young getting hung up there, still remains second and third with just one out now. So Nate Petz will step in. Again, Petz currently 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Still hunting for that first hit. As we'll see how, again, Walla Walla's defense changes in the top half of the 8th. We'll have to wait and see as Miller will even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. (15-8). Walla Walla lead, plating 2 more runs in the inning. And was 8-8 after the top of the 5th, and Walla Walla have scored 7 unanswered since then. But cannot count Springfield out of it. Again, did have themselves a comeback victory to open up the series, and all start in the top of the 8th as Petz pops it up. It'll go ahead back and out of play. So again now with Chang and Petz back-to-back Whitman Blues in the lineup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miller looks in, kicks, fires. Petz fends it off towards his own dugout. Count will remain 2-2. Again, final series for all West Coast League teams starting up tomorrow evening. Final series of the first half. And it should be a ton of fun to see how the first half closes. Now swing and a miss, and Petz will go down, swinging out. Number 2 picked up on the strikeout for Andrew Miller. So that brings up Austin Owens for the 5th time, and Owens still a guy who seems due for a knock, as Owens is currently hitless on the series. He's 0 for 8. The only time getting on was the hit by pitch last night. Ended up being the game-winning hit by pitch last night, as again, bases loaded, 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Owens was hit in the back foot by the Drifters closer, Michael Klein, and that plated the go-ahead run 4-3. And then Carson McKinney, the big tuna, went 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th to close it out. It is now immediately Owens behind the count to Miller 0-2. And a lot of good scores across the West Coast League right now. We'll get you those scores in the top of the 8th. And now running inside towards Owens, has to turn that front shoulder. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Owens been got to get on base a ton. Has struggled versus the Drifters. Pitching staff still fends off another pitch. And Owens, one of the best base runners on the team, and batting .266 coming into the night. Getting on base nearly 43% of the time. Slugging nearly .440. Miller kicks, fires, gets the breaking ball by Owens, and sets down back-to-back with strikeouts, and that will close up the 7th. Walla Walla able to plate 2 more, extending the lead 15-8 heading into the 8th.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Top of the 8th inning, Walla Walla leading 15-8 over Springfield. As do take a look around the West Coast League at some other scores in that South Divisional clash between Ridgefield and Bend. The Raptors are leading the series finale 8-3. Reminder, the Elks have already clinched that series victory as they took both Tuesday and last night's victory over the Raptors. Big upset victory in that series for Bend. They're looking to close out the first half strong. In the British Columbia bout between Nanaimo and Victoria, the Night Owls lead 2-1 over the Harbor Cats going into the 9th. Wenatchee have a 15-3 lead over Yakima Valley as they are looking to complete that sweep with a vengeance. Corvallis are in a non-league matchup versus the Girding Builders Market Men, 17-4 in that non-league matchup. Bellingham up 8-3 over Port Angeles in their 8th inning. Kelowna leading 9-6 over Kamloops, and then Portland and Marion, their game got to the 2nd before getting postponed due to some rain out at Walker Stadium. That game is 3-0 Pickles in the 2nd, but getting postponed to a later date as Tally will kick in a strike. Count goes 2-1 versus Hanson. But again, still the two top teams in the North are having themselves big leads. Wenatchee leading by 12 over the Pippins, looking to close out that game strong. Bellingham leading by 5 over the Lefties. As a cut and a miss will be picked up out in front by the Sweets' new catcher in Jalen Kennedy. Going into his sophomore year at Lower Columbia. Seen Kennedy a good chunk as of late. One of the newer additions to the Sweet roster, but another good catcher to have working in time. And so many great catchers on the roster for Walla Walla. And Kennedy adding to the bunch after Lower Columbia picked up themselves an NWAC championship last spring. And Talbot just misses that breaking ball. Count will go full with none down to the Drifters left fielder. Hanson 1 for 3, had an RBI single his last time up. That was back in the 5th. As Tally kicks and deals, going to be smoked out towards right center field. Tracking after it is Petz, and he'll make the catch out in the gap. And Nate Petz, the utility man out of Whitman, showing some good range out in right field. Reminder, this being his first time out in right field since May 31st. And shows off some good speed in the outfield to cover that fly out. So that brings up Jacob Villapando very similarly to Hanson. 1 for 3 with a single his last time up, back in the 5th. Now Tally will miss upstairs and heavy follow through as he looks like he landed a little bit wrong on the mound. Again, as a pitcher, you know that the divot can really work its way in and always have to kind of adjust and fix that spot on the mound as, again, different pitchers, different landing spots with that front foot. And always want to make sure you land safely. Don't want to risk an ankle potentially as. And 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And Tally working out of the stretch, kicks and fires, just misses outside. Again, temperature still cooling down under 70 now, as still a light breeze kicking its way up about 5 miles an hour when gusting. Just leaves it to a nice temp. Still is expected to get even cooler tomorrow and the rest of this weekend versus Wenatchee, and are expecting just a little bit of rain. I believe it's just going to be on and off drizzling probably until the first pitch tomorrow evening. As 3-1 pitch on the way from Talbot, misses up and in, and it looks like that got away momentarily from Kennedy, but JK will be able to pick it right back up as Villapando is walked for the first time, and that being the first base runner given up by Jacob Talbot, as went 7 up, 7 down before giving up that walk. Had 4 strikeouts in that time as well, and was absolutely cruising. Then gives up that walk, and Villapando steps on us. Harrison will step into the box, and another guy who's 1 for 3. I've just seen in abundance Drifters who have just gotten their 1 hit on the evening. Now it's going to be popped up left side of the infield. It's going to be Austin Owens who takes control, and he will make the catch. So Austin Owens doing good job vocalizing, as it was Landon Young initially under it, as the lineup card will turn over to a pinch hitter, and that's going to be Peyton Tyner, who comes in out of lane. As we saw Tyner step in as a pinch hitter last night for the Drifters, ended up going 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. And now stepping in again. Again, a bit interesting to see this substitution, as, again, Tyner is stepping in place of the leadoff man in Daig, and Daig was 3 for 4 at 3 singles earlier today, now being pinch hit for in the top of the 8th, as it's a 7-run deficit that the Drifters need to overcome. Again, Tyner stands at 5'8", 165 pounds, a lefty bat who just finished up his sophomore year at Lane. 1-0 pitch on the way from Talley, misses down low, and count will go 2-0. And Tyner is batting .283 on the summer so far. Still a very solid average, and gets on base even more so. .394 OBP, as will 10 walks, a hit by pitch, alongside his .283 batting average. Has found a good chunk of extra base hits, 4 doubles and a homer. And that home run came a little bit more recently. That was back on June 12th versus the Victoria Harbor Cats in a good away road trip. Kick and deal will catch the outside corner. Count goes 3-1. And Talley just looking to continue throwing strikes and pick up that 3rd out early and keep on rolling. Believe we might see a closer come in the 9th if Talley is able to close up the 8th inning clean. 3-1 deliver on the way to Tyner. He's going to slash out to right field. Another good jump from Pence, diving in right field. Did he come up with it? No, just out of the glove. It falls to the dirt. The throw in quickly towards 3rd. Now relay towards 2nd. Held on to. But both runners will be where they are, 2nd and 3rd, as a great effort from Nate Petz out in right field. Diving, just couldn't quite squeeze it. So it'll be runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. And up steps the shortstop, Manaafa Alferos. So I believe that will be deemed a single for Tyner, and both runners advancing on the throw. Excuse me, just Tyner advancing on the throw, as that's exactly what it will be. As Talley kicks and deals, another pop-up to the left side of the infield, and it's Austin Owens who calls for it again on the cut of the grass. He's got it. 2 stranded in scoring position by Talley. It remains a 7-run lead for Walla Walla heading into the bottom of the 8th.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Bottom of the 8th, Sweets lead 15-8 here in historic Borleske Stadium. Austin Takahashi will take over on the bump for the Drifters using their 6th arm of the evening. Takahashi making his 3rd pitching appearance of the season, as Takahashi, a good two-way guy out of Lane Community College. Bats left, throws right, and has played in 17 games so far. Takahashi on the other side of the ball, batting .364, and as a pitcher, again, has only gotten 2 innings in his appearances, and in those 2 innings has allowed 4 runs. And again, his appearances came on June 10th versus the Apple Sox and June 14th versus Victoria. Did technically throw another inning of non-league versus the Portland Gherkins back on June 18th. That was the most recent that we've seen him, as the first pitch is going to be grounded up the middle by T, and it's going to be bobbled by Manaafa Alferos. And that will be the 3rd error of the evening for Springfield. Actually, I believe that being the 4th error now this evening from the Drifters, as that will put T on first, and that'll bring up Reeser. His first pitch striking. And Reeser not happy about the location, as Gage 1 for 3, has gotten on base 60% of the time. Now watch it as that breaking ball all the way down and away to even up the count 1-1. And the one hit he's got was a solo homer back in the first. Has got on through a hit by pitch and a walk. Other than that, a ground ball comebacker to the pitcher and a strikeout. And it looked like there was a couple other defensive substitutions as Peyton Tyner enters the game in right field. Aiden Gebhardt is now out in center in place of Evan Thomas. And, of course, Takahashi on the bump as Reeser fouls it straight back. And Reeser with that 1 RBI off his solo home run, now in a 2-2 count. And Walla Walla just need 3 more outs in the top of the 9th to close out this game and claim the series victory. It's Takahashi, breaking ball going to be grounded over to Manatafa Alferos, gets it over to second. Harrison flips it to Perez, no holds onto it. And we'll just take the fielder's choice for round number 1. So taking out T and leaving Reeser on first with 1 down to bring up Ronan Schofield for the first time. Again, Schofield came in as a pinch runner for Royce Hale back in the 7th. Now steps in for his first plate appearance, and seeing Schofield back in the lineup as Ronan made his Walla Walla debut back on Tuesday night. Ended up going 0 for 3, a strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out. Again, the incoming freshman to Wazoo would love to make an impact and find that first knock. And it was Amazing to hear the rest of the team getting pumped up around the incoming freshman when he stepped in. Got into a full count, his very first at-bat, and the energy from the dugout, some of the loudest I've seen it. And it's Schofield from Kirkland, Washington, graduating out of Juanita High School. Swings away, fouls it out, and the count will go from 2-0 to 2-2. Again, the wind slightly kicking in from center field as and can no longer see the clouds in the sky. Is just black up in the sky as the light shining down here at Borleske. 2-2 count. Breaking ball lives up high. The count will go full. Again, Schofield just trying to reach base for the first time against college opponents. Takahashi kicks. Is going to be inside out line or over towards the third baseman in Villapando, and Schofield will be retired on the line out. And on paper, we'll just say was 90 miles an hour. Hot shot at the third baseman, and Villapando made a great catch. And that will just be for the people reading over the scorebook later on. And it's 2 down, 15-8. And Walla Walla leading Sam Kane. Going to try and extend things. Does take strike one. And Kane has had himself a day, 3 for 5 with a single, 2 doubles, and an RBI. Fouls this ball back and away, and we'll quickly go 0-2. Again, Kane just finished up his junior year at the University of Nevada, Reno, former Seattle Red Hawk. 0-2 delivery on the way from Takahashi. Another breaking ball ripped just foul. As Kane was able to see it quickly out of the hands, but just couldn't keep his own hands back to keep it in fair territory. And it looks like the Sweets don't believe they're going to be pulling any punches, as it's Isaac Hallam waiting in the bullpen as pitch down low, and we'll see the quick advancement up to second as Reeser just steadily moves up. Don't believe Gage will get tallied a stolen base for that. I believe it just went into the scorebook as a wild pitch. Now a high chop over to the third base side. Villapando 6 backfires across for out number 3. And it looks like, wait, the umpires are going to call everyone back. They are going to say it's a catcher's interference on Johnny Elliott. And the home plate umpire, Thomas Glynn, will say that Sam Kane's bat caught a piece of the glove. And Drifters manager Jeff Lyle, not happy about it one bit, is now in a conversation with the home plate umpire and his catcher. And we'll see if there's any further deliberation. I don't believe there's going to be no more argument. Now to manager Jeff Lyle, Thomas Glynn will make everyone in the field return back to their spots, and he will immediately go right back to behind the plate. So Sam Kane will now stand on first through the catcher's interference, and seeing Reeser stand on third through it. And that brings up Landon Young, and he is immediately going to capitalize. Sends a line drive out into right field. Landon Young, his third knock, 7th ribby of the night. And Walla Walla immediately pounce on the catcher's interference. It's now 16-8 Sweets, the second highest scoring game we've seen from Walla Walla this season. So that will bring up Isaac Torres. Again, Isaac Torres and Landon Young combined have had just an incredible showing, as right now Landon Young and Isaac Torres combined are batting 6 for 7 with 13 ribbies. Now a 2-0 count for Ricky, and he's 3 for 3, has gone on also through hit by pitch and a walk. Now will take a strike. As now Ricky will take a ball, and we'll see the quick move up out of Young, and will steal a base. So Landon Young again moves into the lead as stolen base leader. He's got 3 on the night, I believe, maybe 4. Now it's going to be Ricky who plays it hard. A great diving stop from Matatapa Alferos. He gets it across and will retire Torres for the first time this evening with a great defensive stop to send us into the 9th. But Walla Walla will tack on another. The catcher's interference and another ribby for Landon Young. 16-8 heading into the 9th.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Walla Walla need 3 more outs to close out the series victory. And manager Leo Rivera turns to Isaac Hallam, the returning Sweet, to shut it down. He's made 2 appearances, this being number 3. He's got 3 innings on record with a 3.0 ERA, 4 strikeouts in those 3 innings. Was a later addition from Seattle U. The rejoining the Sweets, rejoining manager Leo Rivera, of course, an assistant coach at Seattle University, head coach here with the Sweets. First pitch from Hallam gets a big swing and a miss. And out in front of it was Johnny Elliott, who's 2 for 4. And Elliott 2 singles back in the 3rd and 5th inning, being the only thing he's gotten right now. As now he's going to smash one out towards deep left field. Torres is tracking back, and that is going to one-hop into the wall as Elliott will cruise into second. And he'll have himself a leadoff double. So Elliott picks up his 3rd knock of the night. And that being Elliott's first extra base hit of the season as well. And now sent up towards left field, settled under, and the catch made easy by Ricky. So 1 on and 1 out, and Hallam immediately responds after giving up the double with the quick fly out. As that brings up Colton Perez, who's also 2 for 3 and has a double and a home run, as was struck out by Talbot his last time up. Now he's going to send one up to high right center field, tracking back between the 2 fielders. It's going to be Kane who calls it. The runner will tag, and we'll see the advancement up from Elliott to 3rd. Don't think the Sweets are going to mind too much, as now they're 1 out away. So that will bring up L.J. Lehue for the 2nd time, and came in as a pinch hitter back in the 7th. Ended up striking out to tally as well. Now making his 2nd at-bat. And mentioned Lehue started in yesterday's game. Went 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI single. So 1 for 4 on the series with that ribby. As Hallam comes set, kicks, fires, misses the heater outside. And Isaac able to generate a lot of velocity in that fastball. Again, just finished up his sophomore year at Seattle U. 14 appearances, 2 starts, just over 31 innings. Now this ball is going to skip away from Kennedy, and we will see Elliott return back to third as he got nearly halfway down the baseline before returning back to the bag. As it looked like might have been a little miscommunication between JK and Hallam as they'll walk back to the rubber together. Again, Hallam 20 strikeouts across his 31 innings pitched, 5.46 ERA on a 2-3 record. But being just a big Division I arm to step in and help really shut things down late for Walla Walla. And .33 whip is probably the biggest thing to look at this summer for Hallam. 2-0 pitch on the way, just misses down low, and the count will go 3-0. And Hallam made 2 appearances versus the Berries last week, and those being the only 2 appearances that we've seen him have. Kicks in, fires, misses outside, and Hallam will walk a runner here. That being the first walk administered on the season for Hallam. And that puts Lehue aboard, so runners on the corners with 2 down. And that'll bring up Hansen. And Hansen also 1 for 4 with an RBI single up the middle. As Hallam kicks, big swing and a miss out of Hansen. And we've seen 9 different drifters pick up hits in this game. That including all but 1 from the original starting 9, Peyton Tyner being the one pinch hitter. Now another awkward cut out of Hansen. And he is struggling with his timing, struggling to get a clean look at what Hallam is spinning. Springfield down to their final strike in the series, Isaac Hallam. Trying to close it out. Carson Hansen lets it go. No, and it's going to be a changeup outside corner. Hansen is going to get rung up, and that will close the series. Goes down looking to finish it. Isaac Hallam seals up the 9th, and Walla Walla pick up the series win, 16-8 in Game 3 over the Drifters. The second highest scoring performance of the summer for Walla Walla, only bested by their 19-run game last week, this being the highest scoring win for the Sweets on the summer. A big victory, 16 runs on 11 hits. The Drifters able to tally 14 hits themselves, only 8 runs. Their defense did struggle, 5 errors on the evening for the Drifters. Still saw some good showings out of them. Johnny Elliott, 5 hits. Colton Perez had 2 knocks. Of course, saw the grand slam out of Evan Thomas for his 1 knock. Saw Colton Perez go yard for the 2nd time. But on the side of the Sweets, saw a ton. Landon Young, Isaac Torres both went 3 for 4. Young with 7 runs knocked in. Torres with 6. Sam Kane had himself 2 doubles. Again, Isaac Torres gave the Sweets their first grand slam of the summer. And, of course, saw Gage Reeser all the way back in the first. Saw his first homer as a Sweet to open things up early, gave Sweets that early lead. Jacob Talbot had a great relief, showing 3 innings in relief, only allowed 1 hit, no runs, striking out the side once for those 3 Ks. And the Sweets pick up another win, back-to-back victories to claim the series over top Springfield. And taking the 4th out of 5 total series here in Borleske versus the Drifters, but now Walla Walla prep for tomorrow. The Wenatchee Apple Sox coming to town, currently tied for first place in the North Division. They have all to fight for to finish out this first half strong, in Walla Walla trying to play spoiler for their playoff spot again. First pitch versus the Apple Sox will be back here in Borleske, 6:35 p.m. tomorrow versus the Apple Sox. It'll be Cape giveaway night here in Borleske, as get your free Batman cape, as a ton of promotions all weekend long. You're not going to want to miss it. But thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Suites YouTube channel. I've been Brad Whitman. One more time, your final score: Walla Walla